A cat, hearing that birds in a certain aviary were ailing, dressed himself up as a physician, and taking his cane and a bag of instruments becoming his profession, went to call on them. He knocked at the door and inquired of the inmates how they all did, saying that if they were ill, he would be happy to prescribe for them and cure them. They replied, "We are all very well and shall continue so, if you will only be good enough to go away and leave us as we are." That is The Cat and the Birds. This is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. I am Brother Hatim, coming at you live. Listen. All help is not good help. Let me say that again. All help is not good help. Let me say that again. All help is not good help. We need to realize sometimes that what we are seeking far as help, all right? We got to be very careful who and what we accept it from. Because in some cases, we like that bird, that we going to let a predator in to help us. We don't need predators around us helping us. What we need is to be able to buckle down and handle business for ourselves. The whole issue in this story is that the birds, that the cat heard that the birds were ailing. But the birds were smart enough not to let the cat into their domain, because they knew that once, or at least the elders in that situation knew, that once they let that cat into their domain, they would be doomed. They would be doomed. Now, oftentimes, many of us, we are not able to tell whether someone is a cat in our situation, and we end up letting them in, and they end up destroying everything. We might be ailing, and they say, "Hey, I could cure that." We don't ask for any credentials. We don't ask for them to demonstrate or to prove. We take their word for it, and we allow them in into our life. We allow them into the life of other people that we may have stewardship over, when in fact they're nothing but a cat looking for a free meal. So we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful in who we deal with and how we deal with it. Man, these folk tales, man, listen. These folk tales are not for kids. Now, last but not least, the cat was smart enough to he kept tabs on what was going on with the birds in the aviary. For those that don't know, an aviary is like a building where birds stay. It's just basically a building where there's birds and probably plants and stuff, like an indoor garden. But anyway, he kept tabs on what's going on with them in the aviary. I don't know how he heard, but when he heard it, he went and got all the tools to make him look like a professional. He put on his tie, shirt was neatly ironed, creases in the pants. He had his doctor's bag, he had his hat, he had his stethoscope, he had all the tools of a doctor. And he stepped up in his place like he was official. But the birds recognized him. And in some stories you'll hear that it was the older birds, the wiser birds, that recognized him. You know what I'm saying? And that's important, because sometimes it takes experience. That experience, and that wisdom that comes through, and only through experience, to be able to tell the fake from the real. And in a community, that is the major reason why elders are important. Because elders who have truly made it to eldership, not because of luck, which really doesn't happen, not because of the advances of modern medicine, not because there's a system designed to make it possible for fools to live a long time, but we talking about elders that made it that made it because they have truly experienced life and became wise and was able to use that wisdom as they grew to navigate through life. When you run into one of those elders, you know that you are in the presence of greatness, and you really need to be paying attention to them now. So one, this story stresses the importance of really having elders, even though this one didn't stress it. Other ones that I have read, other versions I've read, talk about how it was the elder birds who were able to recognize the cat. Two, that those people that say they are coming to help, sometimes it's better for us to handle some situations on our own rather than allowing somebody in who possibly could be a predator. You know what I'm saying? We need to really, really be aware of those predators, because they always come. Because predators always look for some way for them to step in as if they are a hero. You know what I'm saying? We need to really be careful of that, because they're looking for those opportunities. This is Brother Hatim saying thank you for tuning in. Check me out at www.giamijourney.com. Be sure to download the app. I can't wait to hear one of y'all stories. I can't wait to hear some of the commentary. I can't wait to see some of your comments on this show right here. If you would, feel free to send them in. Hell, I'll take a video blog too, and like I said, I'll play it. Trust me. Alright? This is Brother Tim, and I'm saying thank you for your time. I pray that your day is as beautiful as you are.